My name is Benjamin Poole, and when I was 23, I gave my life savings to a broker who lost it all. But this taught me an invaluable lesson. I needed to educate myself to make my own financial decisions. Fast forward 20 years, I am no longer living paycheck to paycheck, and I want to share everything I've learned with you. Welcome to Financially Fit.
Welcome to Financially Fit. My name is Lawton Ho.
And I'm Benjamin Poole.
And we're here for this Q&A.
That's right. We've got some, hopefully some great questions. I want to say thank you guys so much for participating, submitting your questions. And how can they go about asking their questions, Lawton?
So there are two ways. You can, of course, leave your questions in the live chat. I'm going to be taking a look at right here on the YouTube live chat. But the best way to leave your questions for us to answer is through our member dashboard. Every single Tuesday around 11 o'clock, I make a post in the Financially Fit section of our free members dashboard.
Free?
Absolutely free.
Okay, here we go.
And there you can leave your questions, and Ben and I will do our best to make sure to answer your questions. Of course, those will be prioritized because those are from our members, free members.
That's right. So when you guys ask questions, if you're asking about somebody else's trades and stuff like that, those are not going to get answered. So ask them a little bit differently, right? So if it's a trade that you're in, say, hey, I've got this level and I'm thinking about this, you know, what is it that you see, you know? And I'll get to that question. But if if you're stuck in somebody else's trades, I can't help you about that.
Cool. All right, let's hop into it.
All right, here we go.
Let's get into it. So,
what's the first question?
So I'm going to open up my member dashboard right now and tell you the first question. Give me 1 second. Put on the verified investing application. Okay, do you want one with charts or without charts first?
Without charts. Let's go.
Without charts?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Hi guys, how much % profit do you typically look for on a 10-minute topping tail?
It really depends on the topping tail. If you get a really big topping tail and you've got a lot of volume in it, you can look for like a 1% or 2%. But it also depends on, like, let's say, for example, this was a topping tail and it's a $2 candle. Well, you would look for really just a pierce right back down here. And then maybe you look for like a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So if you're willing to risk 1 to the upside, you take profits, 1 to the downside. And it really depends on where you get into the trade. Are you getting into the trade at the bottom, on the close, or are you waiting for a 50% retrace? Because if you wait for a retrace to the 50%, then you can actually look for a little bit more on the downside because you're getting a better entry into that particular trade.
Cool.
So.
Next question. Renee says, could you explain how to language a short position? That's the question. I don't know.
Okay, how you would language. What you do with a short is you just hit the sell button on, so where I use TradingView and TradeStation, I connect them together. And so what I do is I just hit sell. I don't have the position in my portfolio. I hit sell, and then I pick the level that I want, and then use a limit order, and then that's where I get filled, and then I expect the stock to drop. And so that's how you would do a short position.
Yeah, I wasn't totally sure what that question.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get into some charts.
All right.
Okay, Christopher, very specific question from Christopher. Hi Ben, could you please take a look at Polygon? As you pull up Polygon, I will give you the rest of the question.
Okay.
So, hi Ben, can you please look at Polygon? I have a starter position at 42 cents. Polygon came out with a new migrated token about a week ago.
POL.
POL, yep. They seem to be trading in step for now for the most part. Do you see this possibly being an issue with the Polygon price in the near-term future? Can you please analyze the Polygon chart and provide some support levels? He has a starter position of 42 cents.
42 cents. That's not a bad entry for POL, actually. All right. So what I understand is just they're just changing the way that they're doing Polygon, right? So the gas, they're trying to go more eco-friendly with the exchanges and stuff like that. And so that's really all that's happening. There's nothing. The other one is Matic, and it's still trading. So there's nothing really going on with that. It is pretty much trading lockstep with its counterpart. So 42 cents is where you have your current entry price for this. This one doesn't go back super far. So really your only other support is right here, right? So this is a newer development. And so your support is right here. And let me get that exact low for you. So you're looking at right around 34.15. So if you were going to add to this position, right now is actually a pretty good place to add. So it's from your entry price, you're down about 10%. Oftentimes the crypto altcoins can move pretty big. So anywhere in this area, I would just make sure that you put a stop below the 34.15 level. Just because when it goes too low, you don't have any more price support, then it can go even lower. So that's what I would say with POL.
Cool. Next question. Accurate 600 says, "Hey Ben, I'm trying to build my small trading account size as quickly as possible. Should I focus more on swing trading or day trading to achieve this? I'm a Canadian, so the $30,000 minimum does not apply to me. Thanks so much. Great show."
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate the questions. That's a great question. So usually with swing trading, what we're looking for is smaller position sizes. So with our swing trade services, we start with like a 1 or 2% position or percentage of our portfolio. However, if you're looking to go with 10% of your portfolio, then day trading is the way to go. With swing trading, that 1%, where we're looking for about a 10 to 15% move, sometimes more. However, with day trading, we're looking for 0.5%, sometimes even 1%. And so it depends on how active you can be. If you're interested in getting involved with the live day trading room and you want trades almost every single day, lots of activity, then that would be the way to go. If you don't have the time for it, then I would stick with swing trading.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and something I just would like to add, that when you say as quickly as possible, like none of these are for sure, right? There are definitely risks when you're trading. So, what you don't want to do is put your entire portfolio in a single trade and just take a big loss, trying to make money really quick.
That's right.
Cool. So, next question. Let's go to our chat. Our chat says, let's go to Steve. Steve says, Apple support. Where's the next major level? Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Easy question. Right?
Let's take a look at Apple. So here are some lines that I have already pre-drawn on my charts. So you're going to have some support in this area, which it looks like it got a bounce yesterday, right? So you've got this pivot high. So you've got this pivot high right here, and then you can see it's been a lot of support lately. So 217.77. Now what you're looking for is more price consolidation. If you look right here, we're actually starting to make a down-sloping trend line. The down-sloping trend lines are actually a little bit more bullish than they are bearish. So if it consolidates, if it continues to drop down a little bit more, you're actually going to expect a move to the upside. So where that support would be, you would find this support right here. You're going to have this green bar, this prior gap fill. That's going to be a lot of support. And then you have this pivot low right here, which is going to be additional support as well. And then what I would do is I would take a 618 Fibonacci retracement. So take this pivot low right here, this pivot high, and then see where that kind of lines up. And I'll erase the drawings real quick, put this back up, and then see if this lines up with anything. So you can see this 618 Fibonacci retracement right here at 210, right around 210.10. It looks like it lines up pretty good with this pivot low, so you know that's going to be additional support. Just because it's a basic Fibonacci retracement, it's going to retrace about 0.618% of this entire move. And then if it drops a little bit lower, you've got this pivot low right here, which is pretty close to the 75% fib retracement. So those would be the support levels. If it continues to break lower, then you've got this pivot low right here, and then this green bar support. And then if it continues lower than that, then it's going to have a significant fall. It's looking for this gap fill right here.
That would be a big move.
Yeah, that would be
that'd be massive.
$173. That would be a pretty substantial
Chump
move
change
for Apple. Yep.
So let's take a look at this. Aniru says, "Can I short Costco here? It always comes back with a bang around 871."
Yeah, you can short Costco here if you want. All right, here we go. Yeah. So I was looking at Costco, and it's inside of this upsloping parallel channel. It's not quite to the upper end of it. And so if you were going to do that, you would look for a stop out. And let me go ahead and get that level for you. Be right about 918, right? So 918 would be your stop out level if you were going to get into a short here. So I've got this upsloping trend line that connects this pivot low here. It kisses this level, and then I've got another level a little bit lower. And so that's what, for me, that would be the downside target. Depending on when it gets into that level, you're looking at, right around $840 level. So right about 843 right now. If it gets there right about in this time frame, which would be the 20th of September would be right around 140. Okay, so if it got down to that level there, so that's where I would look for a bounce. And then if it starts falling below that upsloping trend line, then you've got the midline of this upsloping parallel channel, again, which is a bearish channel. And if you start breaking this even more, then Costco's going to flush out. I don't know if it's going to actually get down to the $679 level, but that would be the lower end of the trend line. So, the upsloping trend line. So that could be a possibility as well. Cool. But yeah, I like it for a short.
Cool. Let me see if I can find a good one. Okay. Jazz asks, can you explain what a carry trade is and how that may have been related to the August 5th crash?
The best place to learn about that is the verifiedinvesting.com. Dr. B goes over the carry trade pretty extensively inside one of his articles. So I'm going to refer you back there. Go ahead and just search carry trade for that.
And it's free on our website.
It's free on our website. Correct.
Cool. Yep. Dr. B's got you. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a couple more questions before we get into bullish or bearish.
Okay.
And close it up.
Is anybody keeping track of these bullish or bearish? Have I been accurate on these, or?
Let's just say
about 50-50?
On my perspective, you're 100% right.
Sometimes not quite in the short term.
Well, I don't know, but I'm just going to say you're perfect.
Okay.
But anyways.
Always get somebody like Lawton in your corner.
Yep. So EK97 says, thoughts on Teladoc? Is there an inverse head and shoulders forming?
Wow. Teladoc, what to say about this thing? This thing has just been so beaten up. It's actually quite incredible. So it's actually taken out all the lows. I wish I could say that definitively, yes, this would be an inverse head and shoulders. So let me erase these. What you're looking for on an inverse head and shoulders is shoulder, head, shoulder. The problem with this possible head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders patterns, they need to be a down-sloping trend lines. This would actually be more of an up-sloping trend line. And you notice this shoulder is higher, or this armpit would be higher than this one. And so if this were set up more like this, with this creating a lower low, then you got shoulder, head, shoulder, and then you could look for a move higher. So this would be slightly downsloping, and then you could take a measured move. It doesn't really matter. In my opinion, the benefit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern is it gives you a target. So what this does give you, though, is it gives you an upsloping trend line. If you can start consolidating above, recapture this level, or consolidate right below, then you've got to move to the upside. The problem is Teladoc isn't giving you any type of confirmation that there's going to be a continued move up. It just keeps getting bid up and then sells off. Keeps getting bid up and then sells off. So right now, unfortunately, the only way that I could get into this is if it did like a 618 retrace, take a Fibonacci level here, here, and then if it got back down to the 618, that'd be fine. And then what you would do is just put a stop at a close below here at this bottom level, because who knows how low we can go after that. I mean, it's infinite. I mean, you go to zero.
Okay, bullish or bearish. This is our special segment with Benjamin Poole, where I ask him a bunch of charts and he tells me bullish or bearish. He's around a minute for each chart, so he's going to do his best to kind of speed run this. You ready?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, XRP, bullish or bearish?
We did this one last time, didn't we?
We
All right.
may have.
Okay, well, I apparently have a different chart now on XRP. So here we go. I am bullish
Okay.
on XRP. So we have a daily chart right here. Here's your downsloping parallel channel. Downsloping parallel channels are bullish. And so right now, you're actually breaking outside of this channel. It did a little bit of a retest. And so I expect a move to the upside. So my upside target would be 61270, 0.6127. That's where I'm at
Cool.
with that.
All right, bullish or bearish, affirm.
Ooh. Wow, this
all
one's
of
tough.
these.
This one's really tough. Okay, so here we have this downsloping trend line right here, right? And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it doesn't bounce today, what you can expect is maybe one more day down, and then if it breaks above this this downsloping trend line, then you're going to move higher. So short-term bearish, but longer-term bullish. I would say my upside target would be 41.62.
Okay, 2 more questions, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's see, Geovax Labs. I don't know what the ticker is, but you can potentially find it, Geovax Labs.
Okay.
If you can't find it, it's okay too.
Geovax Labs. Whew. Okay, here's the daily chart. Wow. Okay, so you've had this huge move down. This looks like a meme stock to me. So right now, it looks like it did break a downsloping trend line. And so I would say that it favors the upside move. However, the fact that it's had such a fall, I think it could get down to this level. So even though, again, it's broke this downsloping trend line, I'm going to go bearish on this one just because it hasn't gone down far enough after this huge move. So I'm going to say even lower, maybe about the $2 level. Then I would be bullish.
Okay, last chart, GDX.
GDX. All right, so you're looking at gold miners here.
GDX.
So I'm short-term, bearish on this. All right, so GDX, you've got this upsloping trend line that I'm just kind of noticing right here. So I got a lot of lines in my charts. So you've got this kind of upsloping trend line. So if you start breaking below this trend line right here, then you're going to go further down. You do have this support. You have this downsloping trend line here, upsloping trend line right here. So it really, you're into some support. And so although I'm short-term bullish, meaning I think that it's going to go up, if we can break, I don't know what happened. It doesn't really matter. If it can break this line, it's going to test this support. And then if it breaks this, it's going even lower. I would say probably down to the $32 level before it gets a significant bounce.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
And I guess we'll close over here.
All right, well, let's close over here. I get
Okay.
the chair this time. All right, here we
All right, guys, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Financially Fit. Thank you so much for leaving your questions. If you want your own personalized bullish or bearish session with Benjamin Poole, you can go ahead and book him for a private session. Book an hour with him and ask him all the questions you want. I know there's so many questions in our live chat and on the members dashboard, so I apologize that we're not able to answer every single question, but we do our best every single week.
Yeah, that's right. So please keep in mind that this is for educational purposes only. Please do your own research when you're looking at the charts, and we'll see you next time on Financially Fit.
See you later.